Over the next 2 minutes, I want to make you think about and reflect on a strategy that I like to call risk and reward. So, what is it? Well, quite often we see students that would maybe guess an answer on a paper or an assessment or an exam, but they're reluctant to write the answer down because they're going to think that they're a bit embarrassed if they get it wrong, or they think, oh, it's a total guess, but like if someone reads this, they might think I'm silly or stupid. So they end up leaving the answer blank, which kind of drives us nuts as teachers, doesn't it? So what this is, this risk and reward is what you're saying to students is, if you're going to have a real guess, just write in the margin RR, because it demonstrates that you weren't sure, but you've had a go at it. Now you might think, well, what's the difference there? What it does, it almost gives the student a free pass because they've written RR. So it's basically, this is my blatant guess. So it just kind of removes them a little bit from them thinking that when you're marking the paper that like, I really, really think this, and it kind of removes that kind of embarrassment potentially that they might feel of why they would leave it blank. What you then do as a teacher is when you give the grade, when you give the score back, you can give them a total score, but you can also separate their normal answers and their R&R. And the reason that's really important is because what you're saying to them is a student might have got kind of 50, but actually 20 of those might have come from R&R. So you're basically saying, listen, like you got 30 to begin with, you might have left all these blank, but you've got another 20 marks from your R&R. Look at this. This is great. That's why you should really have a go at these answers, and it doesn't matter. So getting them to really have a go at that by the R&R strategy, it just gives them a bit of a free pass. They can have a bit of a guess. They don't think that they're going to be judged on a silly answer, but you never know, that silly answer might be the right answer. But by demonstrating that to them, by saying, look, you've got an extra 20 marks here, you've now moved up 2 grade boundaries just because of your R&R, suddenly you're getting them into the habit of thinking, I am going to try every question. I'm not going to leave everything blank, because that might just be the answer or the answers that shift me over a certain grade boundary. So risk and reward, use it with your students, and then when you're marking, separate those 2 marks so you can show them what they got from their R&R.